Well, good day, viewers, and welcome back to another episode of In the Mix Africa. You guys know my face, but you guys know I'm not the regular face. Ashwin couldn't be here today, so he asked me to stand in for him. Today, all you will be hearing from me is this. If you know what this is, good for you. If you don't, then I suggest you start knowing. But Jevon Wilson will be joining me later on the show to talk more about this. This is the biggest pool ever that JSB has ever had. So you have a chance to make yourself some money, but we'll talk more about that a little bit later. But for now, the main focus, we switch it on the Namibian Football Premier League that is set to start this weekend. I mean, a lot of fans are very excited about it. A lot of fans are very happy. But we're going to hear from one of the big coaches, the Magnet himself. He's going to tell us more about what his thoughts are on these games that are starting very soon. So hang out with us as we get ready for In the Mix Africa. If you guys want to know what Athletes World is all about, you guys will definitely have to tune in for the episodes to see what goes on Athletes World. We will, just to give you guys an insight on what Athletes World is about, it's a show that dives deeper into the life of athletes, is finding out what they are all about, and they get to tell us what their favorite foods are, what their greatest moments are, and what their worst moments are in sports as well. So you guys tune into the episode. It also plays every Wednesday on DSTV. Here is where you find out more about athletes, and not just athletes, but also the unsung heroes. So for this one, we are joined by none other than Ronnie Kanalelo. Ronnie, thank you for taking out time off a busy schedule, joining us here in studio. A big weekend ahead.
It's a pleasure to have me here in the studio.
Yeah. Ronnie, football is back. Everyone is excited. You have more to stress about than us, the fans who are excited for the football. So tell me, what's going on through your head? How's the team looking? How are the players looking? How's Bucks Buccaneers?
I'm not excited at all. One, because I like the systematic process. I mean, you announce that you got money to start the league, and 3 weeks later, yes, the league is starting. I mean, pre-season alone takes about 6 weeks. But nevertheless, the problem in Namibian football is that football always starts after 4 or 5 months. So after 4 or 5 months, players are just lying around there, and all of a sudden football is starting 3 weeks later. I mean, so we're not taking the players into consideration, especially their welfare. You know, players can get injured. Being laid off for 5 months, and all of a sudden you are told 3 weeks later the league is starting, and you have to immediately, get fit or well conditioned in 3 weeks. It doesn't work like that, you know. So, and I don't think any team is. There are teams that are ready, because when the season ends, players leave. You know, clubs can also not sign long-term contracts because of the problems we have. You know, you might end up paying salaries for 5, 6, 7, 8 months. And if you don't, the players nowadays are clever. They take you to FIFA, and then they can be banned, you know, to sign players. And then, yeah.
There's a lot of complications around it, and it's not as simple as just giving the date and having the players starting. You guys had a couple of friendly matches. And based on what you've seen, how's the fitness looking? I mean, 5 months is definitely a very long time.
We've been training for 3 months, but you know, it's players coming and going, and you know, any player just comes, try his luck, whether he's good or not. You know, from second division and first division. So you just look at the talent available, and then you go through it. You stay, you go, don't come back tomorrow, etc. And every week is like that. It's not like you have a planned program, you know, starting from week 1 to week 6, and say, okay, I'm working on my tactics and the conditioning of the players, etc., and you know, explaining your game model, how you want to play, you know, and characteristics in terms of the type of player that you want for your game model. You know, it is now. You just take whatever comes, whether it fits into your to your game model and not, because I like to profile players, and I play a certain type of football. It's not that I can just go and bring in players even though they don't fit into my game model, and that's actually what is happening now.
I think there's a lot to still talk about. So I'm joined by Ronnie Kanalelo. We'll be touching more on the games that are scheduled for this weekend, but for now, I think you should maybe go join Patricia on the other side of the table and make sure that you sort us out with a bit of lunch for today.
Yeah, sure.
Hang tight, viewers. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, you can catch Chill Sessions every Saturday on NTV at 7 p.m. Chill Sessions is the show where we take you in and around the country, counting down the trending music videos for the week. You don't want to miss out.
Welcome viewers to my braai corner, and thank you for jumping over to this side. Are you excited to braai today?
I'm not actually a braai guy, but I'm excited.
Well, in the mix, luckily it's not the whole day, okay? I'm here to support you in your braai adventure here. So what we have on the menu, we have garlic bread, because what is a braai without a garlic bread? And then we have something that Tina cooked up for us. It is bacon, it's bacon wrapped beef and cheese skewers. There, we got it. We got it right.
Beef and cheese.
Yes. So
wrapped
it's
in bacon.
Yes. It's pretty simple, right? It shouldn't be that difficult to remember. So Tina got to choose our menu for this week, but if you were in charge of our braai menu, what would we be braaiing today?
Straightforward beef or
a steak. Chopped steak. Anything with meat on it, it's fine.
Boerewors.
As long as there's meat
chicken,
involved.
And then whatever you put, you just fry it. As long as it's
on the grill
fire.
and ready. Yes, perfect. So you and Brian got to chatting on the other side, but now I really want to know, where does this passion and this love for sports come from? You know, to be able to do something as demanding as sports, regardless of the code, you need to have a passion for it.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have the passion, then you shouldn't do it. And I took football as a career. It's not just a hobby.
Yeah.
I took it on as a career. I played professional football, and then I went into coaching. I've coached professionally outside the country. So yeah, for me, it's a job. It's a job, yes.
Yeah, like I said, every sports code is demanding in its own way. For you, being a player and a coach, you've seen both sides of the field. You've been on both sides. What would you say is the most demanding part of your career as a coach?
Discipline. I mean, without discipline, you won't be able to fulfill,
your duties on and off the field,
yes,
and
yes.
towards your team.
Because that drives you.
Yeah.
That discipline actually tells you that I have to do everything to the best of my ability. Because of the discipline, you are forced to do it. It just automatically kick in, and normally you don't have issues or problems with disciplined players.
Yeah,
because
the coach is disciplined, the players will just follow in your footsteps. Well, I think our bacon is starting to toast and our cheese is starting to melt, so I can't wait to taste this. But viewers, we still have Short Corner, and then of course Jevon and Brian still have to have their chat to see what's happening this weekend. So don't move a muscle. We're going to finish up here, and then we're going to head over to Brian and Jevon, and then of course Short Corner.
Well, viewers, just to let you guys know, if you guys love sports, if you guys want to know about what's happening in local sports around Namibia, be it the Brave Gladiators, the Brave Warriors, rugby, Sports Wrap is the show that will be bringing you all these updates. Sports Wrap is a local and international sports show that airs daily on DSTV. And on this show, we're bringing you updates on local sports and international sports, keeping you updated with what's happening with sports in Namibia. So, viewers, like I said on this episode for today, this is my focus. This is all I'm doing. It looks like money. It can be money. You can turn it into money. And I am joined by none other than my brother, Jevon Wilson, to help us break it all down. And brother, man, how you doing?
Doing pretty well. As you see, I'm dressed in the Julinho attire, the team that we do support. Unfortunately, our match will not be over this weekend. It has been suspended or has been postponed, I would say, due to what happened last week, tragically. But yeah, we're looking forward to the new football season in Namibia.
Look, like you said, condolences to the family, and I think we just have like a short 5 to 8 seconds, 8 seconds of silence to just honor the family, and then we can continue with our program. Okay, Jevon Wilson. I have these. Probably everyone has been wondering why I have them. I think we get right into it. We have the match of the week, of course. So let's have a look at that quickly to just see which games we're looking forward to this upcoming weekend. The El Clasico is the match of the week. I think straightforward, Real Madrid are winning this game. I know Barca have been dominating this game for a while now, but Arda Güler, Kylian Mbappe, most probably the most informed striker right now ahead of Haaland. I think they win this one.
Look, it's quite interesting that you mentioned Arda Güler because I'm looking forward to seeing another young fella on Sunday play for Barcelona. His name is Ronnie. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. I haven't seen much, but he's an exciting player to watch. So it's one player that I will tell you to look out for, to watch out for. It's going to be an interesting match. In my bet slip, I will obviously include both teams to score in that fixture.
Okay.
In all bets. But we look forward to that. As you see on your screen, you predict the score, you tag 3 friends, mention us in your story, and you can win your chance share of 5,000 in free bets.
Get the prediction correct. Tag 3 friends. Kakelo, listen, it's none of you. Take 3 friends, and then when you take 3 friends, if your prediction is correct, you win your share of $5,000 in free bets. That's a lot of money. Cool. Jevon, everyone is wondering, Brian is now talking a lot. We don't have a lot of time. Break it down for the people. Everyone, please listen attentively. I will not be repeating anything that this man says. Cool.
Yeah, so we have the massive pool tomorrow, 25th of October, the over 100 Namibian dollars, 100 million in the pool. The guaranteed jackpot is 62 million Namibian dollars, which basically means if you are the only winner, you get the entire 62 million. If there's more than one winner, they will share whatever that over 100 million Namibian dollar pool then is. For example, if it's 120 million, there's 2 winners, it will be then 60 million each, and so on and so forth. So as you see, you have the coupons here. You need to mark Sport 10 for those punters that are new to us. Pool 1, Soccer 13, and then you predict which permutation or which outcome per match on that coupon. So obviously in any football match you can only have 3 possible outcomes, which is the home team to win, which is a draw, or the away team to win. So it's 2 Namibian dollars per line. That's per selection per game. So if you are going to select, for instance, the first match, Brentford and Liverpool, you're not too certain there with the Liverpool coming off what United did to them.
You can go for a draw and a Liverpool
That's a double chance. So now your bet, instead of 2 Namibian dollars, is 4 Namibian dollars. The next game you have United up against the Brighton. If you're also not certain there, you want a double chance, or if you want to field it, which is basically selecting all 3 possible outcomes, which means that particular line you get correct already. It will be
regardless of what happens.
Exactly. So then it will be 4 times 3, which is now 12 Namibian dollars, and so on and so forth. And that's how you calculate. That's how you calculate your bet.
Okay, so I hope you guys understand that you need these. You need these. So you have to go to the shop, get you these, fill them in, and then give them back into the shop. And then after this weekend, we are all going to be J-Check. Hey, on celebrate Biki. But speaking of the games, let's have a look at the quick games again. I think I want to hear your thoughts. You've most probably studied the card already. It will be coming up shortly on the screen. So I just want you to tell us a bit about who you think where we should go. Give us like a blueprint, give us a direction, so that for those that do not know, I mean, you see the guys that are sitting there, they're wondering, I want this money, but I don't know what's going on here. Especially my brother Santos, they're struggling. So it's our cameraman is like, I want the money, but I don't know how. So
yeah, look, obviously it depends on your budget, how much you have to spend. And there's two ways to look at it. If you notice, there's only 4 games that are from the Premier League. In that 13,
that makes it tough.
It's very tough. Only 4 games. So you can look at perhaps bankering, which is putting all the money on those favorites, which is Liverpool, United, Chelsea, and Newcastle, and then try to play around with the Championship and League One games.
Okay.
Or you can look at perhaps an upset there with Brentford, Brighton, Sunderland, and perhaps Fulham getting a possible result or a draw. And then bankering a couple of the Championship and League One games. So there's various ways that you can look at it. Look, if I asked ChatGPT what is the maximum amount of different permutations that one can get out of these 13 matches, and it's close to 1.6 million different options that you can have. So it's very difficult to catch. We all know that. Very possible. We've seen last year October, we had 2 massive winners within the space of 1 week, 7 million. And 6 million respectively.
Yes.
So it is possible. 62 million for one Namibian client is possible, and we look forward to paying that client out on Monday.
There you have it, viewers. So we'll be seeing you guys next week. After this show, I have a lot, like I said. I'll give these guys a couple, maybe one each. We'll see how that goes. But after that, I'm just gonna go sit down, apply my mind, place this bets. $2 is not a lot of money. And then after that, we'll be giving you the updates next week. Maybe I'll come out as a millionaire. Who knows? You never know. Maybe you can win yourself some money as well. But from Brian Munango and Jevon Wilson, that's all the time that we do have for you. So bet with the best and make sure you get on this one.
Quite not so good results for instance, for Zesco United, who were playing the Confederation Cup. They managed to beat Galaxy of Botswana by 4-3 at Ndola's Levi Mwanawasa Stadium. But as you know, in these CAF competitions, you don't need to concede so many goals at home, because this may haunt you in the return fixture. So this Saturday, Zesco United do travel to Francistown to face Galaxy and hope that they could manage to not to lose, or they could only to manage a draw in order for them to progress to the group stage of the CAF Confederations Cup. Then in the Champions League, Power Dynamos went to Kampala and they pulled out a 2-1 victory over Vispas of Uganda. And this was a huge result for the Zambian champions, Power Dynamos, who went down but managed to come back and record a 2-1 victory heading into the second leg this coming Sunday. Then in the women's under-17 World Cup taking place in Morocco, the Zambia under-17 girls scored in the first 10 minutes against Paraguay, but at the end of 90 minutes, Zambia lost that match to Paraguay by 2-1. But one of the sad things that you may wish to know is that all the three goals that were scored in that match were scored by Zambian players. Paraguay did not score any goal, but they ended up winning by 2-1. Quite a very sad state of affairs for Coach Carlo Kanyemba, who is taking the women's under-17 team to her second World Cup, but losing to Paraguay in a match where Zambia dominated, where Zambia also missed a penalty in the 89th minute. It is a very painful result for Zambia, and they are hoping that they could do better in their next match against Japan. But
if you guys want to know what Athletes World is all about, you guys will definitely have to tune in for the episodes to see what goes on Athletes World. We will, just to give you guys an insight on what Athletes World is about, it's a show that dives deeper into the life of athletes, is finding out what they are all about, and they get to tell us what their favorite foods are, what their greatest moments are, and what their worst moments are in sports as well. So you guys Tune into the episode. It also plays every Wednesday on JSB. Here's where you find out more about athletes, and not just athletes, but also the unsung heroes. So viewers, I mean, we have to conclude the day with some good food, and we saw the magnet Ronnie Kanalelo busy in the kitchen with Patricia. Ronnie, tell us, how did all of that go on the other side of this table?
Let's first taste the food, and then I'll tell you.
I think that's a very good answer. Before, with a salad, you always have to keep healthy. We inspire healthiness. So I think this is a very good meal for us to have before the type of weekend that you are looking forward to. While I think you do us the honors, do the taste test while we have a look at the fixtures that are scheduled for this weekend, where we know Bucks Buccaneers will also be in action on Sunday. Let the men feast first. We have FC Ongos taking on UNAM tonight. That game starts later. Tigers take on Young African. 11 Arrows take on Blue Waters FC. Eshoke Chula Chula, the Northern Derby with KK Palace. That's also Shakati. And then we have African Stars taking on Komas Nampo, defending champions. Mighty Gunners taking on Live Fighters. Then we have Okahandja United taking on Ronnie Kanalelo's Bucks Buccaneers in Okahandja. Cool. So the games are set. Tactics wise, any approach did you, or you don't want to disclose those?
No, everybody knows that I like a possession-based style, you know, but we mix it up with vertical football, a bit of aggression into it, and we want to be decisive with every move that we make, and whether we have the ball or not. And it's all about teamwork.
Very excited to see these teams play. But like we said, the fans are very excited, but it's more stress for these guys than it is for us. Patricia, you guys didn't tell us what concoction is this? What's going on here?
Okay, here we go with the name again. So, it is bacon wrapped beef and cheese skewers with garlic bread and a salad.
Hi, friend. Beef and cheese wrapped in bacon.
Now,
Finish and club.
finish in the clown. I love the creativity. It's good. That is good. It's so nice.
There's 8 of them. Just not share.
This one. This one I just was. We're not sharing anyway.
Yeah,
But they are very nice.
I'm happy you guys
A bit
enjoy it.
of background. What went into this? What the spices, the flavor.
You know,
everything.
Brian, I want to give people advice on marinating, but I just do whatever makes sense in the moment. A must is I always put in honey because I like stickiness in my meat,
Okay.
and chili flakes because I like the touch of spiciness.
Okay.
So if you have those two, then I think you're fine.
Before I let you not talk about this, are you ready to?
I'm ready. I've never bet before. Sorry, JSB, I know I should be ashamed, but I'm definitely going to take part in this. And Brian, you have to help me.
That's all I wanted to hear. So viewers, like I said, we'll be placing a couple of bets this weekend. Football is back. Ronnie Kanalelo's team is in action this weekend in Okahandja. And yeah, that's Bucks Buccaneers. We look forward to seeing how their season unveils. But like we said, there's a lot more to it than what meets the eye.
Yeah.
Everyone is just excited about the football, but I mean,
There's a lot of problems.
in simple terms, there's a lot of problems. But viewers, that's all the time that we do have for you today on In the Mix Africa. We'll be seeing you guys again next week. Same time, same place.
Cheers.
Ciao. Bye.